In this video, we're going to talk about credit card tokenization and why you might want to implement this in your QFloors software. First of all, there's two main reasons why you would want to consider doing this. One, think about the situation where you have a customer come into the store, you take a down payment, you go out and do an installation, and then you want to pay off the balance, right? Right now, if you don't have a token, when you do that, you'll get the swipe rate for the down payment when you had the car in the store, but in order to pay off the balance, you're probably going to have to type that in or something like that, and you won't get the swipe rate. So if you take a token, when you swipe the card in the store and save that token, you can run the same card again with the token and still get the same swipe rate. So one reason is to get lower rates on all the balance payoffs that you're doing right now. Second thing is in that same scenario that we're just talking about, you don't want to have to call the customer back, right? So what do salespeople do? They often write down the credit card number on a piece of paper, or they put it in some software somewhere, which is really not good. It's against PCI security regulations. You could get fined heavily for doing that kind of thing if you got audited ever. So you want to stay away from writing down credit card information somewhere. With this token, you don't have to do that. You can just swipe the card, save the token, and then run the token later without having to write the card down. So those are two main reasons of why you might want to consider this. Okay. In tokenization, to be able to do tokenization, you need a couple of things. You need a terminal and you need POS software. If you have just a terminal or if you have just POS software, you're probably not going to be able to do it, and let me explain why. If you just have a terminal, when you swipe the card, there's no place to save the token. It has to be saved somewhere, right? So usually that's in your POS software. If you just have POS software and you're, typing cards in or whatever, going to a website, there's not really a way to swipe the card and then save the token. So really, in most situations, you're going to need both a terminal and POS software. Well, with this solution from QFloors, we have both of those. We're using the PAX terminals from Heartland, and then you have your QFloors software, which is your POS software that will save the token. So we have both of those, and that's why we're able to do this really cool feature. I'm going to show you real quick how you can use this in QFloors and take care of this. So you can see that we're on a sales order right here for Matt Jones. If I go into my payments window and select the credit card type here, and let's just say that we're going to put in a down payment and it's $1,700, so let's just say we're going to do $1,000 here, okay? And then I'm going to select the employee and hit the Heartland button here. Okay, so you can see that when I'm on this screen right here for my PAX 200, there's a new Get Token checkbox here. If I go ahead and leave that checked, it will automatically grab me a token. So I'm going to hit Process now. And on my card reader over here, it's asking me to put my card in. I go ahead and put that in. It says Processing Online. And now you can see that my transaction's been approved. I can take the card out and show you over here on my little green screen that we actually ran for $1,000, okay, on my Visa card. Okay, I get rid of this screen. You can see that it put $1,000 in over here, transaction number 29, and then I can go ahead and in the scenario we were just talking about, they already installed the stuff. Now they want to run for the balance on here, so I can hit my credit card again. My balance is going to be $731.60. So I go ahead and put that in, hit my Heartland thing again, and now you can see it's changed. It now says use the token with the card ending in 0119. Okay, so it last four digits of the credit card. If I just hit process here now on my terminal, it says processing. It's not asking me for the card like it did the first time, and it says transaction approved without me having to put a card in or anything, and you can see that it ran it for the balance, and you're going to get the swipe rate or very close to that rate with this transaction instead of a manual entry rate. Okay, so that's the first real use of this, is being able to pay off balances at the same rate without having to write cards down or anything like that. Really cool. Okay, second application that we have here is, well, let me just show you real quick. There's on this window, before we leave this, there's this checkbox down here at the bottom also. It says auto select token on all orders with balance. If this is selected, okay, then when QFloors processes the credit card for the first time, it will automatically check this box up here, okay, if the balance is not going to be 0. If it's going to be 0, it will not automatically go and get a token for you. So that's what this thing is. I would say most people will want to have this selected most of the time so that it automatically gets a token for you. Okay, so just be aware of that when you're setting things up. Now, second application here is you can associate a credit card with a customer account in QFloors. So if you have somebody that's repeatedly buying from you and you don't want to get their credit card every time, you can just get it the first time and it will save it. So if I come down to my customer accounts here, and let's just say that Joe Larson, I want to get it for his account, you can see that we have these new fields here. It says get credit card token right here, and now it's asking me to swipe my card on my terminal. So I'm going over to my terminal now, and I swipe my card. Let me do that again. Swipe my card. It says processing. And then I just wait, and you can see now it says token saved with the last 4 digits of the number there. Okay, I push OK, and now if I come back over and create a new invoice here, a new sales order for Joe Larson. Here we are, Joe Larson right there. I create it. Let's put in some product here for him. Lansing is our favorite for our demo. We're going to do 1,000 square feet like that. I'm going to save this. I don't want to save it as a proposal, so I'm going to come down here to my payment now, and I am going to put in a credit card, and let's do it for $2,000, right? For the down payment, and we'll just put Jim Love in there like that. Now you can see that it's saying I want to use the token that is already associated with my customer account. I didn't ever have to associate a credit card here. So if I just do use token, say process, is processing on my screen like so. Okay, transaction approved. Didn't ever have to have the credit card because I took it a long time ago and associated it with my customer account. Last kind of cool feature that we have here for tokenization is on our lead screen. We have this new little button here called Get Credit Card Token, right? And so I've got John Wayne here. If I go ahead and associate a token here with my PAX 200 and push OK, it's asking me to swipe my card again on my credit card terminal. So I'm processing. Transaction approved. You can see now it has a token here, 0119, for this John Wayne lead. Now let's say a couple of ways you can do this. You could do this for, let's say, samples. Let's say you let some samples out. You want to take a credit card token that associates with the samples so that in case they don't bring them back, you can charge them something, right? Or let's just say that they're in the middle of wanting to pick out something and they're not sure what it is, and so you swipe their credit card so they don't have to come back into the store once they've picked out everything and you've given them a sales order. So I've got their credit card up front for their convenience so that they don't have to come back in. So now all I have to do is, let's say I want to create a real order, either for the samples that they took and didn't bring back, or let's say it's for just their regular sales order. All I have to do now is hit my sales button here, like that. It started a new invoice, and of course I can now create the land scene that they wanted because that's what they picked out, and I do 1,500 square feet this time, like so. So you have to save the sales order first. Go back to the $4,000. Jim Love, Heartland, and now you can see that it's transferred the token over from the lead as long as you save that invoice first. Token over to the lead, and all I have to do now is hit the process button. It's processing on my terminal. I don't need the credit card, and you are now good to go. It actually ran that for $4,000. Okay, so those are all the applications that you can use with credit card tokenization. Some pretty cool features, I think. Save you a lot of money and a lot of time and hassle, and you can be PCI compliant. Thanks.